MJ remembers Peter. That's the theory fans carried into Brand New Day, and the movie gives them just enough to keep it alive. Jean Grey takes control of MJ. While MJ is trapped in Jean's psychic hold, a tear runs down her face. Then, by the end of the movie, she's wearing the broken Black Dahlia necklace Peter gave her.
Black Dahlia, like murder.
Peter also wakes up in the hospital to find a sketch MJ left by his bed, showing she came to see him after the final battle. MJ also ends the movie sitting on a familiar rooftop from No Way Home, another place tied to the life with Peter she no longer remembers.
MIT's obviously the dream, but if we match up our backup schools, then...
None of that proves her memories are back, but fans think Jean may have reached something Strange's spell buried instead of erased. If they're right, MJ doesn't remember Peter yet. She might just be starting to. The symbiote chose Peter, and fans think the setup happened years before Brand New Day was even announced. Venom. Let there be. Carnage ends with Eddie and Venom getting pulled into the MCU. No. Spider-Man. No Way Home. Picks that thread back up in its own mid-credits scene, showing Eddie sitting at a bar, and the moment Strange's spell yanks him back to his own universe, a piece of the symbiote is left behind, right there on the bar. That detail is real, and nothing in the MCU has ever addressed where it went. Fans have argued for years that symbiotes in the comics aren't picky by accident. In the comics, Peter wasn't just wearing the symbiote like a suit. It was trying to permanently bond with him before he rejected it. The theory says they latch on to people already carrying something heavy, grief with no outlet, anger with no target, someone who stopped expecting help to show up. Strip away every relationship Peter has by the end of No Way Home, and that's his profile. Fans think the symbiote wouldn't need to do much work here. Peter's already halfway to where it wants him. It just has to find him. Peter is becoming the black suit Spider-Man. Fans think you can see that darker version of Peter building long before the suit ever reaches him. In No Way Home, May's death pushes him further than we've ever seen.
We're okay. It's just me and you.
He beats Green Goblin down and is ready to kill him before the other Peter stops him. By the end of No Way Home, Peter chooses not to tell MJ and Ned who he is. He moves into an empty apartment alone and keeps being Spider-Man with nobody left who remembers Peter Parker. Brand New Day keeps Peter in that same dangerous place. He's isolated, under constant stress, and even his own powers are becoming harder to control. In the comics, the symbiote took control of Peter's body while he slept and fought crime more aggressively than he normally would. Fans think that's why the black suit would be so dangerous now. It wouldn't be bonding with the kid from Homecoming. It would be bonding with a Peter who's already learned how close he can get to the line. Kingpin owns New York was the theory fans had going into Brand New Day, and the movie flips it almost immediately. Fisk isn't secretly running the city from the shadows. He's already been ousted as mayor before the film even starts. Fallout from everything that went down in Daredevil, born again. That exile is exactly what fans think opened the door for what actually happens. With Fisk gone, the underworld he was expected to be quietly steering falls apart into open competition instead, and a government agency nobody was watching, Damage Control, is the one that ends up filling the power vacuum. By the third act, it's Damage Control's own director, Bill Metzger, running the real operation behind the scenes. Metzger had even recruited Spider-Man into the hunt before Peter realized he'd been lying to him about Jean. Fans called it. They just had the wrong man's name on it. Doctor Strange's spell can't fool Daredevil. Brand New Day never gets to test that theory because Matt Murdock doesn't appear, but fans think his senses could still give Strange's spell a problem. In No Way Home, Matt sits across from Peter, May, and Happy in their apartment, giving them legal advice. Then a brick comes through the window, and Matt catches it before anyone else can react.
Wait, seriously?
Oh, I knew it.
In the comics, Daredevil can identify people by the specific pattern of their heartbeat. Fans think Matt could forget Peter Parker like everyone else and still recognize that same heartbeat under Spider-Man's mask. The spell could erase the name. His ears might give Peter away. Mr. Negative corrupts Peter. The theory starts with FEAST. In the comics, Martin Lee runs the charity, May Parker volunteers there, and his corrupting touch can turn even good people against the people they love. No Way Home already brought FEAST into Peter's MCU story through May. Then Brand New Day set photos showed a devil symbol that fans connected to Mr. Negative's inner demons. It looked like the missing piece, but Mr. Negative never appears in Brand New Day, and assistant prop modeler William Osborne later explained that the symbol wasn't meant as a Mr. Negative tease. The symbol was real. The Mr. Negative connection wasn't. Miles Morales has been hiding in the MCU since 2017. In Homecoming, Aaron Davis tells Peter he has a nephew living nearby. The movie never gives him a name, but a deleted scene does. Aaron calls him Miles. Aaron even says he doesn't want those weapons in the neighborhood because his nephew lives there. Brand New Day adds another clue. On Ned's Spider-Man tracking wall, there's a newspaper clipping about a Latino parkour prodigy in Brooklyn. That's Miles' home in the comics. Fans think Marvel keeps leaving him just outside the frame. Miles still hasn't appeared, but the clues keep pointing straight at him. Doctor Strange's spell failed. Fans think the first spell in No Way Home did more damage than the final one could undo. Peter keeps changing it while Strange is casting. The spell breaks loose.
Basically, everyone that knew that I was Spider-Man before should still know.
And villains from other universes start crossing into his world. At the end, Strange casts another spell that makes everyone forget Peter and stops the breach.
The entire world's about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, including me.
But fans think that only ends the emergency. It doesn't prove the damage from the first spell is gone. The final spell closed the door.
Strange, wait, we're so close.
Fans think the first one already cracked the frame. No Way Home cracked the multiverse open. By the end of the movie, people from other universes are literally breaking into Peter's world, and the MCU keeps showing how dangerous those boundaries can get. At the Statue of Liberty, cracks spread across the sky while Strange struggles to stop more people from other universes coming through. Multiverse of Madness introduces incursions where entire universes can collide. Loki's second season deals with an expanding multiverse full of unstable timelines. And The Marvels leaves Monica Rambeau trapped in another reality. None of that proves Peter caused the wider multiverse problem, but fans think No Way Home was the moment that same problem finally reached Spider-Man's world. The walls between universes were already breaking. Peter just got caught in the crack. Brand New Day starts Secret Wars. The biggest clue comes after the credits. Ned's Spidey tracker loses Spider-Man in New York. The map zooms out, and a Spider-Man icon appears somewhere in space. Then the screen cuts to one message. Spider-Man will return.
Location found.
Fans think that could point straight at Secret Wars. In the 2015 comics, Doctor Doom forms Battleworld from pieces of the shattered multiverse. The movie never explains what the tracker actually found. But, if fans are right, Brand New Day didn't just end in New York, it ended at the start of Secret Wars.